My name is Celeste Flores, and this is my virtual field trip tour. The first website that I want to introduce is something called Digital Great Minds, and I use this. This is the first one I'm going to show you because I use this one on a daily here at my school. I'm already using it. It is called Eureka Math. This is the curriculum that we follow. If you noticed, it shows Module 1, Module 2, Module 3. Let me show you from the beginning. So this is where you click the grade. And then we are on Module 1. We're on Topic E. And we would be on Lesson 22 Monday. So you would click it, and they actually updated this, and I don't like it as much as I did the last website. They've changed a lot on here. So it's going to show up differently on your smartboard if you use it. But I click here on Lesson Slides because this is the actual slide with the lessons, what I'll be teaching. And you can download it here, but once you put it on your smartboard, you can just slide through it. While it's loading. I have really bad signal, sorry. Okay, so it kind of looks like your book. It's a lot similar to your book. And see, on the board, you're able to just slide, but I have to press the arrow on my board. So this is what I put on the board, and you guys, it actually, so they updated it, and before there used to be arrows where we could press the next slide, but now we have to slide, and it's very complicated. So this is not my favorite, but this is what we have to use because this is what the NC curriculum is. So that's their learn. This, I go through this with the children. It actually even has all their problems on here. So if I were to model one, I can do this on the smartboard and it'll pull up and it'll be right here, and I can write in here on the smartboard. So that's your problems for the kids. Okay, don't want to work. I really don't like this new update, but we have to use it. So it has all of everything, even the exit ticket. So that's what I put on there when I'm using Eureka Math. That is how I use this. So this is what I use on a daily. My other one that I'm going to show you is SchoolNet. I don't really know too much about the reports. I have not gotten into this, so I'm not entirely sure. But that's all I use Eureka for, is the slides. Now, SchoolNet is something that is recent that one of my co-worker teachers have shown me, and this is a great resource because a lot of this has the NC standards that the kids are supposed to have their check-in when they do like their EOG and things like that. So this has a lot of the standards, and this is a very, very complicated website, but once you learn how to figure out how to use it, it's very resourceful because although we're teaching multiplication, their test questions aren't going to say what's 2 times 5. A lot of their questions are going to say if I have 2 groups and there's 5 in each, or if I have a pizza and I have 12 slices and then I want to give 4 of my friends this many slices, well, how many slices would they get? This website actually has a lot of word problems that are very similar to what they will see on the test on their EOG next year, because I teach third grade, so they don't take a math EOG, but they will next year, and this is a great website. It's actually up on a rapid identity, so you have to have a rapid identity to do it. But what you do is you go here to all I press is the assessments. All I use this for is to create tests for my children. So you'll press assessments, upon the test you'll press create, and you'll do a manual one. And then up here, you'll put in the test name. So we've been working on this standard. I press mathematics. My grade level is 3rd grade. And I typically do 10 questions and I don't press multiple choice because it's not going to always be multiple choice on the test. But I press 10 questions because the way I print it out, it works better with 10 questions. And then I press mathematics. And the standards is whatever you're working. Your standards are match up in your Eureka book. Well, that's my Eureka book anyways. So I type in the standard. Everybody's standard might be different. And then there it shows the standards. So okay, there it is. The NC is how you know it's the actual North Carolina standard. See, A1, and you can press different ones. This shows the number of questions that has already been generated. You save and close. It's not going to include all of them, but it's going to include standards questions that match up with these standards. And I press shared classroom only because my other teachers are able to see it. No answer key. You could if you needed it, but then I keep everything else the same. The only reason I press this layout is because I print it on, I use letter to print it, and that way it's smaller and I don't have to waste so much paper. So that's why I press that. Test settings, I keep all them the same. There's really a lot to this, but it's really, really great once I show you guys. All right, then I generate tests, but then I have to use the items from the bank because this is going to allow me to select the questions that I want to use using those standards. So bam. See, it pulls up. And how you know it's the actual NC standard is if you look here. So it's better if this is NC. See if I can find one. You can press, and I apologize, you guys. I'm still learning figuring out how to use this. I have to play with it sometimes. But this right here will say NC standard. And sometimes I won't always have one, but these questions are still really good. So, like this, Wendy placed 24 pictures into a photo album by filling 6 pages with 4 pictures on each page. What is another way Wendy can make the photo album? So this is great. You can press the questions that you want, and then you add it to your test. And then you save. You don't need to do anything to it. That's if you just want to change the questions or something like that. And then return to test details. And then there it is. So we've created a test that has 3 multiple choice questions. And that's only because I picked the ones that are actual multiple choice. You don't have to click the multiple choice ones. And then you finalize test. And then there it is. And then the way you're able to go back and print it is you'll press assessments and then you'll press find. Instead of create, you'll press find because you just created one. And these are all the other ones the other teachers have created. But if you want to look up the one that you created, 9 times out of 10 it'll have the, oh, that was an accident. Okay, so there it is. This is, oh, no, that's not the one I created. Where is it at? Okay, you can press, to make it easier, you can press just mathematics, and then it'll pull up all the math ones. And then 3rd grade, that just helps narrow it down. This is from other teachers creating one. I actually don't see it. Well, I'm not entirely sure why it did not. Let me go back. Well, anyways, that's how you do it, and your test should show up here. I'm not sure why it's. Okay, there it is. This is the one I created. It's very hard to find it, so there it is. That's it. And then you'll press Sorry, you guys. I'm still, like I said, this is one I'm still trying to play around with, but I wanted to show you guys because it's very, oh, there it is, download. And then you would press student test booklet, PDF. Then it downloads. Then you open it up, and then there's the questions. So this is a great resource. I love this. Like I said, I'm still trying to play around with it. So I can delete the test because I'm not going to use that one. But love this one. This is one of my favorites. This is all the other ones that I have created so far. All right, another one is called Prodigy. This is one the kids love to use. Okay. I guess it logged out because I had everything pulled up.